So I'm back fishing one of my go-to spots, but this time it's a little bit different. I have never seen this spot so shallow before. Check this out. All in here, and all of this is usually under the water. So I'm standing, well, let me rephrase that. I'm usually standing in about a foot and a half of water. It's about 6 p.m. right now, so I have about a little over 2 hours to fish today, which gives me plenty of time to hook into a big fish. I've actually caught a fish that was right about 6.5 pounds here before, so I know there's big fish in here. Hopefully I can hook into one of those before I have to go. And because I'm so smart, I forgot to charge my good camera, so unfortunately this good camera is only going to come out today when I catch some fish. It's not really going to show me casting or anything like that. I'm on my kayak today, as you can tell down there. I actually nicknamed it the Kiwi. I don't know why, just it was the first name that came to me when I saw it, so it kind of stuck. So I'm going to be on the Kiwi today. Alright guys, I got 2 rods today. I got my 65-pound braid on the left, and I got my 20-pound fluoro rod on the right. And I got a weightless fluke on the fluorocarbon, and then I got a 1-ounce jig on my 65-pound braid. And the reason I'm using a 1-ounce jig in this pond is because there's a couple deep snags here where I know big fish like to hang out. I caught a fish that was over 6 pounds directly in the center of a snag. It was actually really windy that day, and the wind had blown me into the snag, and it was aggravating me, so I was like, you know what, I'm not rowing anymore. So I just pitched my jig off the side of my kayak into the center of this huge snag, and sure enough, that 6-pounder bit one time. He ripped off the claws, and I was too lazy to put a new trailer on, so I tossed it back in there with no claws or anything like that, and he bit again, and I hooked him this time and brought him up, and he was huge. Honestly, I couldn't believe it at first. Anyway, enough story time. Let's get fishing. Starting off with these weightless flukes from Zoom, and if you're fishing up north, a Zoom fluke is a great bait, just because up north we really don't have too many other like species that the fish feed on. That's usually just bait fish, and I just rigged that upside down. If you see these little canals, I told you, if you see these little canals and lily pads, they usually hold fish. And sure enough, first fish of the day, baby. Let's go. Just a little bass. Just a little bass here, probably about half of a pound. But I was just saying, canals just like this, like leading into lily pads or leading out of lily pads, usually have a fish there ready to ambush smaller prey. And that's exactly what happened right there. And when you're using weightless baits, don't be scared to throw them on top of lily pads. I've caught plenty of fish not using a frog when fishing lily pads on top of the water. I had a spinner in my hand and I regret not tying it on. With the sun, I think the reflection off the blades would have killed it. Not to mention my buddy just caught like 8 pounds and 2 fish the other day using a spinner. Oh, I'm sorry, guy. I thought you were a little bit bigger than that. I'm sorry about that. I thought he was slightly bigger than, I don't know, 1/8 of an ounce. Just doinked him right off the nose of my kayak. My bad. I thought he was bigger than that. Got him. Oh yeah. There we go. Caught a fish, caught some lettuce. Let's go, baby. That's directly the cast after. Get rid of all the salad. But another little dink, but that little dink is chunky. I'm sure he's feeding up on all the fry that are in here, which is why that little of a fish went after this fluke, because this just resembles like a bigger fry that they've been eating. Let's go, baby. Let's go. This is a good bass, finally. Maybe not. There we go. That's finally a decent bass. Caught him on that white fluke. Alright, I think that's the 4th fish of the day, and this fluke is still going pretty strong. I think it's only going to last 1 or 2 more fish, but... Oh my! Oh my! Oh my God! Here we go. This is a nice fish. Nice fish. Nice fish. Come on, baby. Nice fish. I knew I could get a good one on this fluke, baby. No. Give me your mouth, baby. Woohoo! Yeah! Let's go. On the fluke. Alright guys, I had a decent feeling about the fluke, and sure enough, look at the size of this beast. I don't think it's quite pushing 3 pounds, but look at that chunker. That was a good fish, and on top of that, I still have my fluke. It is definitely beat up. I'm gonna have to switch here soon anyway. Got him. No! No! That was another good bass right there. Not as big as that like 2.5, 2 3/4 one, but it was definitely pushing 2 pounds. That was a nice bass. Got him. Got him. Small one. Just a little small one. But that's another one on this fluke here. I haven't even got to the good spots, in my opinion. The good spots are the spots where I can throw my 1 ounce jig into and jig for a little bit. Haven't even reached those snags yet. And I've been doing quite well so far with this fluke. Got him. That's a good bass. And off he goes. Nice. That was probably like the 2nd biggest bass of the day today. That was a nice one. And I touched it, so it definitely counts. That's my rule. If you touch it, you catch it. Oh! Just missed another one. Oop, I'm getting hit. Got him. Whoa! That's another one down. This one is definitely a small male. Now I say it's a small male because when you close the mouth of the bass, see how it's kind of pointed right here? It's almost like a V instead of a U shape. I've looked up how to tell the difference between male and female bass, and that's one thing that they say. They say females will have a more rounded face to them, and males will have a more pointed, like a V. Females will be more like a U. So in my opinion, that was a small male. But I pulled up to these big grouping of lily pads in the center of the pond, and this seems to be where a lot of the fish are congregating. Got him. Ooh. Aww. I was doing so good today not catching any pickerel. But of course. Oh, he spit. Alright. Look at him. Back he goes. Ouch. He spined me. Honestly, I thought that was a little bluegill. Didn't even really set the hook that hard. I got one. I honestly thought it was bigger. Another little dink. Okay, now that my GoPro's about to die, I'm coming up onto the juice finally. Believe it or not, what I just went through, I normally only catch a few fish, but I catch most of my fish in this back half. Got him. That's a big fish. That's a big fish. Oh my goodness, he's pulling the kayak. He's pulling the kayak. How big is he? I only saw him for a second. All right, come on, baby. Oh, that's a good bass. Get over here. Get up here. Woo! Another one. Let's go. Look how he's hooked. Look at this bass. That is what I'm talking about. This is a solid 3-pounder, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. That was a nice bass. That is 2 good bass today. That is just awesome. I told you guys I was just getting to the good spot. Got another one. Got another one. Nice. This is another good bass. Another good bass. That is why the fluke is a great bait to use up north. It's basically the only thing that some bass have to feed on is just fish. Little guy. Little guy is really chunky. They must really be feeding hard up on the fry. Got him. Good bass? It's fighting like a pickerel. Nope, good bass. Oh! Why did I try flipping him in? No way. I should have just grabbed him like I grabbed all the other big bass I caught today. That was completely my fault. I missed that fish. Got him. There we go. Another bass down. Got him. That's a good bass, baby. Let's go. Unfortunately, he looks blind in this eye, but I mean, obviously he can still feed. That is awesome. That is like fish probably 15 today. I've caught in so many. Got one. Ooh. Oh, that's a good bass. It's another good bass. Get up here, baby. Woo! Another one, baby. That is what I'm talking about. Another bass down. And that's a solid bass, too. Let's go. Guys, big fish. I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him this time. Big fish. Alright, I'm not gonna flip him this time. I'm gonna reach my hand down and pick him up. This is a nice bass. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. He came and missed it the first time. I cast it right back in, caught him the next time. Solid bass. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Another good bass. Today has been an awesome day bass fishing. Let's put it back. Alright guys, it's getting pretty dark out as you can see, but I am slaying the bass right now, so I can't stop. I'm going to be fishing until it gets dark out. Well, actually past that. But my GoPro actually died and my batteries haven't come in the mail yet because I ordered some new batteries for it, so in case it died I could just replace them. But so this is the only camera that I can film on right now, so it's basically just gonna be a montage from here on out of fish catches. Alright guys, another decent bass down. This is probably just 1.5 pounds, but man, I am having a blast